Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. I'm not joining in the Care Collabs thing because I wasn't invited, but this really is for Lynn, as we bought our Dendrobium hibikis at the same time. I repotted mine, and I potted it shallow, although it doesn't look like it. Basically, there is no real usable media in the bottom of that pot. It's rocks. So it was sort of sat on the top of the media. Now this grows new growths from the base, and it grows kikis. It does a combination of the lot, quite honestly, but all I'm concerned about is it putting up new growths. Where they start from, I'm not quite so fussed on this one, but you can see a lot of the new growths are coming from the base. Some are coming part way up the canes, like this one. I mean, that's a proper kiki with roots. That could come off and be planted up separately. And quite honestly, these plants can be split almost without taking them out of the pot. You know, you can just sort of grab hold of a piece and break it off. As long as it's got some roots on, it will probably grow. Now, I've kept mine quite heavily shaded through autumn, winter and spring. So it's only just coming back into the light. You have to excuse the sheen on the leaves. I haven't been using leaf shine. I've got the lights on in the kitchen. It's only 7 o'clock in the morning at the moment. But I've just watched Lynn's video and thought I haven't filmed my hibiki for ages because it's not in bloom. So there's nothing of real interest to sort of look at the moment. And I've just brought this up into bright light. The idea being, I hope it'll induce some buds, because this has now been a long time without any blooms on. A long time. So it obviously, if it liked being quite heavily shaded, it would have already bloomed because it's had a lot of that. So the idea is to bring it up into quite bright light. I've got a feeling I might have overdone it at first, although these are the oldest leaves here. But yeah, there's a few leaves getting a bit yellowish, but as I say, those are on the oldest part of the plant. The new part of the plant's got lovely green leaves. So that's the state of play on mine, awaiting buds basically. I'm not sure this has a season. I mean, the original hibiki I had was an absolute stonker. It was in bloom almost permanently, and then it just keeled over. It just left the planet and ceased to be. So I thought, well, I liked the plant. I don't know why it went down. Let's have another one. And this came from the same place as Lynn's. This would have been last March. Yeah, 2020 March. Our show just before lockdown. So I got mine from the same source as one of Lynn's. And I'm happy with the way it's growing. I mean, we've got roots. A lot of the roots are aerial. And there's enough down in the pot to not have to worry about it not having roots, if you see what I mean. It's been in the pot a while. It's due to come out in the not too distant future. I would imagine timing on repotting this is irrelevant. The only thing I would suggest is don't do it in boiling hot weather when you've got, you know, the plant could, in theory, be under stress due to the heat. And, you know, not being hydrated enough in that heat, possibly, especially with me being a bit achy from previous gallivanting. Anyway, so that's the state of play with my plant. It's grown well, it's got a good root system, but what it don't got is blooms, and I'm working on that by a dramatic change of light. I didn't do it all in one go because this was just on quite a low shelf. In a place where other plants were just sheltering it from the brightest light. And I brought it up to another higher shelf, but well back from the glass. And now it's moving into a bright light position, you know, not Cattleya light, but not far off it. You know, it's my, for my oncidium types, like the brassicas that like that higher light. So it's gone into light like that, but no results as yet, and bearing in mind that only happened, well, weeks ago, it wasn't months. I wouldn't expect to see a result immediately, but this needs to bloom. That's the expression, there's no point in having you if you don't bloom. This needs to bloom because it hasn't done it for a very long time, and I'm hoping the light will induce it. So there we go, that's my version of Hibiki. Single version, I've got no offshoots, I've taken no kikis off of it. I'm quite happy to have a single plant and just let it grow on. But yeah, need to get some buds going, mate. See you next time.